In this video, I've wanted to demonstrate how I've worked with synthetic hair. I'd initially kind of come up with the idea of how could we make hair become a fabric. This would then allow me to refine the idea. The fabric could then be used in a context of upholstery, fashion, interiors, become an art form, or a fashion context. Now, the process that was undergone was the hair was laid out onto a tray onto PVA. Now, the interesting thing about PVA is it does dry nice and clear, and you can actually see through it, but you can play and manipulate the hair, and the fabric or the finished transformed material does actually become flexible. Now, I think this would work quite well. For example, in the context of fashion, you could actually put a pattern onto the surface of this material and make a garment. These developments led on to manipulating the hair more, generating and being inspired by hair itself. So here I've actually worked with and formed, used a method of pin curls and loose curls, or finger waves was the inspiration. Still keeping the surface quite spread out, because if you start to congeal hair too much and constrict it, it does actually become too rigid, and I didn't want to distort the flexibility of the fabric. So here I've played with a few ideas. The hair reacts differently each time. Here we can see that the curls have been compacted even more into the fabric, but you've still got the flexibility. You've got two sides or two surfaces of the material, the front and the back. You can hold it up to the window and you can see through it. This then started to make me rethink and go back to traditional craft, and I've then started to consider turning the hair into a textile fabric, textile discipline. So as we can see here, I've replicated a woven fabric. Again, we've still got the flexibility within the fabric, so that this could either possibly be made into a garment, or possibly even, the context of upholstery fabric for a chair. Playing with the density of the material, I then did another application and made the product slightly heavier, slightly thicker, and this started to make me think and consider that this could actually replicate a Harris tweed, traditional fabric, or even a tartan. Here you could play with the colour palette and really build up the intensity and the formation of a tartan piece or a Harris tweed type fabric. That would then again start to think about the context of the sample. Could be used in a fashion context, upholstery, piece of art, interior design, interior textiles. But in actual fact, I just quite like it as a floating piece of fabric. So transforming synthetic hair into a material.